And we are off. All right. I am so excited for everybody to be on our sneak peek tonight and for us to just share with you what we love so much about coaching. My name's Kristen, and this is one of my absolute favorite calls to do. I do a lot of calls for our team and trainings, and the Coach Sneak Peek happens to be one of my favorite ones because this is where we get to share with you as a team what we hold so dear to our hearts and hopefully inspire you to take action. Our job as coaches is to inspire action in other people's lives, to help them be inspired to make changes in their life. And so if you guys are listening in tonight, yes, I hope that you can find our stories inspiring and that you can hear yourself or hear your story in our stories and see how this could fit in your life. But I hope more than anything that it inspires you to take action and to make changes in your life. And maybe ask yourself, you know what? Why not me? Why couldn't I do something like this? If you want something different in your life, you guys, you have to do something different. For you, that could mean changing your health and fitness journey. That could mean you doing something where you can earn a side income working from home. Or maybe you are like, hey, I would love to leave my full-time job. Whatever it is that you decide that you want out of this, that's what's so cool about coaching, is that it can really be whatever you want it to be. So listen with an open heart, open mind. We promise to be an open book tonight and just be totally real and raw and share what our journey's been like. You're going to get to hear from several of us tonight. We'll try to keep it as brief as possible, but we're going to share our stories, why we began coaching, and what it's done for us in our lives. And then, of course, give you a little bit more details as to what in the world a coach is and what we do and how exactly do you get started and how do you even earn money being able to doing this business. So I want you to thank whoever invited you tonight to listen in. Thank them for reaching out to you because that took courage for them to send that invitation to you to listen in. Or maybe you saw your coach sharing about their journey on social media and something sparked interest in you that you had the courage to reach out to them and say, hey, what is this thing all about? But either way, it took courage for them to be sharing their story, and something about coaching has changed their life that made them want to share this, that made them want to reach out to you and offer this opportunity to you as well. So a little bit about me. Like I said, my name's Kristen. I am the founder of Team Dream Big. I have been a coach now for a little over 7 years, which is hard to believe because it's flown by. It's so much fun. I'm a mom of 4. I have 4 girls, actually. They're young. I always have to think about it. 9, 7, 4, and almost 2, 22 months. So I am busy. I'm a military spouse and former teacher, and I have my master's in guidance counseling. I was actually a high school counselor back before I had children. So I don't have a big background in fitness, and a little bit about how I got started in coaching. So my story's twofold, really. I'm going to tell you both sides of it. There's the fitness reason why I just decided to become a coach, and then, of course, there's the financial side as well. When I started having children, I decided I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was always the thing my husband and I had talked about that we would do, and I decided to follow through with that. And I was very glad and blessed to be able to do so. With that, of course, came that, I had to give up teaching, and I missed that part of my life. I missed having something bigger to work towards and just that thing that was my own, right? I'm sure many moms can relate. And then, of course, I started having babies. My body was changing, and I needed a way to lose my baby weight. Well, going to one income, we could not afford for me to be going to the gym anymore. And that was just something that we had to cut out of our budget. And so I was just kind of stuck. And I had been watching my friend and the coach who actually invited me into the business. I'd been watching her on social media, sharing her story, sharing her fitness journey, and she looked like she was just loving life and having a great time. And she had mentioned coaching to me, and at first I was like, I don't know if I want to do something like that and be that person who's annoying my friends and selling. because I really just didn't understand what it was. And I just watched her. And then she came back around and reached out to me again. I was actually pretty close to having my second baby at this time. And she said, hey, I'm starting up this P90X challenge group. This was back when P90X was like our main program. And she said, I want you to come do this with me. And I thought, really? Like, I'm about to give birth. You think I can handle this? And she's like, we're going to start the group just a few weeks afterwards. You can do it. I'm like, okay, I'm up for a challenge. Fine, I'll sign up. I had no clue what it was. You know, I'd heard of P90X. It looked intimidating, but I took it on. I signed up as a coach right from the get-go. I really didn't know anything about an online business. I knew nothing about social media. And like I said, didn't have a fitness background. I was a teacher. And I just dove in. I started doing what she told me to do. I plugged into the challenge group. I started reaching out to some of my closest friends and saying, hey, I'm doing this thing. Come do this with me. It's a lot of fun. I'm seeing results. And within 3 months of doing P90X, that's a 90-day program, I had lost all of my baby weight and actually had better results than I'd ever seen before. And this is now 2 kids in. And I could even do pull-ups. Like, I'd never done a pull-up before. So I was sold. I just thought, you know what? This is great. And before that, you guys, I think the missing piece was I would go to the gym. I used to love to go to the gym, but I just wasn't seeing the results for the time I was putting in. I think a big piece of the puzzle was I didn't have the piece of the puzzle missing was I didn't have the accountability piece, and I really didn't know how to eat right. I was not fueling my body properly and giving myself the energy I needed through food and through good nutrition to be able to really see the results. So they say abs are made in the kitchen. So me starting to integrate Shakeology into my diet really made a big difference. And then, of course, having a structured plan to follow for my workout, so I'm not just guessing, I think is what really did it. And on the days when I would not feel like working out, I would see everybody else in the challenge group doing it and thought, hey, if they're setting their excuses aside, I can do this too. I would do it with my newborn right beside me, my toddler running around me. If you follow me at all, my life pretty much looks the same. I just have 4 kids and my kids are still running around me while I work out. And so I love it. But then it was also that financial side, right? I went to a single income. We're a military family, constantly moving. I couldn't keep a teaching job. And honestly, I did not want to go back to teaching and send my kids to childcare and be missing out on that time with them. The idea of that just broke my heart. And the other part that was breaking my heart was that we did not have the money for me to be able to travel back home to see our family in Texas. We were stationed in Florida at the time. And that just ate at me. The thought of my kids not knowing their grandparents, the thought of my kids not knowing their cousins, and also just everything that comes with having a family, right? Putting our kids into a preschool program and gymnastics and dance. I could just see all that coming and the bills adding up. And I was like, I gotta do something. And so when I became a coach, my vision in the beginning was, if I could make an extra $200 or $500 a month, that would be a game changer for our family. Like, we could use that to put our kids into gymnastics or go on a date night. I'm sure if you're listening to this, I mean, think about it. What would an extra $200 to $500 a month do for your family? And so my vision started with that. And then over time, my vision just evolved into more. I was like, hey, I did that. I wonder if I kept going with this, maybe I could replace my teaching income. I had seen other women and men in the business being able to do that, who were just like me. And I thought, you know what, I can do that. So within about 2.5 years, I replaced my teaching income. That doesn't happen overnight, you guys. It doesn't happen without hard work. It has taken consistency and focusing on the right things with this business and working on myself, but it is possible. And then I kept thinking, you know, maybe I could take it even further than that. My husband's in the military, and I so wanted our family to be able to settle down in one place and for him to be able to walk away if he so chooses to. And guess what? He is. This summer, he is getting out of the military. We are stationed back here in Texas in our hometown. And I am so, like, it chokes me up to talk about this, but I am so excited that because of this business, he can walk away and our family is going to be okay. We don't know exactly what he's going to do next, but we know that our future is bright and our family is going to be great. So that's my story. Let me just go over real quick, what is Beachbody? Because you may be thinking, all right, I maybe heard of P90X and 21 Day Fix, but what exactly is Beachbody? Beachbody started, it's our 10-year anniversary actually with the company. And it started as an infomercial business. And at the time, our CEO, he was like, hey, you know, I don't want to just put these workouts on the shelves at Target and hope people will do them. And I'm sure many of you probably own P90X or Insanity. A lot of people do, and it's under your bed with dust on it. He didn't want that to happen. So he said, you know what? I want to create this coaching network of people that will get out there and help inspire people to change their life and encourage them and hold them accountable and be that support piece that so many people are missing when it comes to their health and fitness journey. So that is how coaches came to be. And our job as coaches is to help inspire people to live healthier and more fulfilling lives. Now, our team mission, our team's name is Dream Big, and we are actually a combination of other teams as well, but the overall team is Dream Big. Our mission is we want to inspire women and men out there to live their very best life. We want to empower them to make changes in their life so that they have more energy, so that they have hope back in their life and realize that they can go after whatever vision and dreams that they have, and that we have fun doing it. We have so much fun as a team. If you follow any of us, you probably see all of our fun trips that we go on. It's not required to go on trips, but I tell you what, it's a lot of fun to do it, to get to hang out with your friends, your coaches on your team, and your challengers become your best friends and like another family for you. Personal why. I want you to think tonight about why would you want to be a part of this community? What in your life right now could you change? What is not possible for you to do in your life right now? But if you took on coaching and you were to start earning an income or being a part of this community, what could you change in your life? Maybe it's you want to have more accountability for your own fitness journey. That's awesome. Maybe it's that you want to be able to afford to go on more vacations with your family. And so this is a way for you to supplement that. Maybe right now you can afford to go on a vacation, but you don't have time to take a vacation. So maybe coaching would be able to free you up with some time, and you could go to part-time hours or walk away from your full-time job. We have coaches on here tonight that have been able to walk away from their full-time jobs. We have coaches that have been able to go part-time in their business. So you're going to get to hear some of those stories, which is really, really cool, because whatever it is that you want out of this, you get to decide. And then of course there's the global why as well. You know, our country is facing an obesity epidemic, and people need our help. You can get out there and you can really make changes in people's lives. That is what I absolutely love about this business, is we're not just saying, hey, here's a fitness program, here's a shake, good luck. We are here to support people and get really connected with them on a deeper level to help encourage them to make change, true changes. And that change, it really starts in the home. It starts with you. It starts with you changing things with your family, and think about the legacy that can leave for generations. You can change your family for generations, and that can start with you making changes in your own life. All right, so that's my story, and that's what Beachbody is. I'm going to pass this on to our next speaker, Deanne. She's going to unmute herself, and she's going to share the day of a life of a coach. Go for it, girl.
Hello. Hey, everybody. So first off, like I said, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your night to listen. And I'm super excited that you want to learn about what we do as a coach. So like Kristen said, my name is Deanne. I've been a coach for 3.5 years, and I'm married. I've been married for 4.5 years. We have an 18-month-old son. I've been with my husband for about 12 years, though, so I feel like we've been together forever. But I went from a super small town. I actually graduated with only 16 people in my class, which, I mean, when I first started, I was like, how can I be successful if I went to a super small school? I don't know anybody. So I just want to get that out of your head right now, that if you feel like you have a small network of people that you know, it is easy to get yourself out of that. So, yeah, I went to school to be a dental hygienist, and I worked full-time as a dental hygienist for quite some time. And I just actually found more of a passion in coaching. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story and how I went from full-time hygiene to now full-time coaching. So like I said, when I started my coaching journey, I knew nothing about coaching. Kristen had posted a free 5-day clean eating group. And I was like, hey, I need to lose my 15 pounds I gained in college. Like, what's this all about? So I got connected through her with that. And after the 5 days were done, she had invited me to learn about coaching. And I was like, well, like, I'm in school for dental hygiene. Like, I don't need to put anything else on my plate. But, I thought, well, maybe this would be a cool way to earn some extra date night money. Like, why not? I get to stay accountable on my journey. Sure, let's try it out. So signed up, absolutely fell in love with the community that it brings. I had never completed a program before I started as a coach. I had tried T25, I tried Insanity, tried like one day of P90X, but I never got through a whole program because I'd never had the accountability. I never had somebody, making sure I was checking in. And then when you're not just a challenger, but you're a coach, like, the accountability level is stepped way up. You really have to do the work because people are counting on you to do it. So that changed my life a lot. I lost my 15 pounds that I gained from college. And I was still working full-time as a hygienist. Or at that time, I was working full-time as a hygienist. And I found little parts of the day that I could work the business. So I would maybe check some messages on my lunch hour. Then when I got home at night, see, at this time I didn't have a child. So when I got home at night, instead of binge watching 3 hours of television, I would spend an hour working on my business. And then after, for part of the time when I was working full-time, I was also coaching high school volleyball. So if, you have kids that are in sports, you know how much time that takes up, or maybe you've coached athletics before, but I would literally wake up at 6 a.m., go to work my dental hygiene job till 5 o'clock, jump on a bus and go to a game, and I wouldn't get home till 10 o'clock at night. So I just made sure on days like that, I'd spend 30 minutes on the bus ride doing my work, or like I said, doing some stuff at lunch hour, or if I get myself up in the morning, doing it before work. But it's definitely possible when you have a crazy, crazy busy life. You just have to know how to fit in the little parts of your day where you can do it. You don't have to work. When we say like an hour a day, you don't have to work 60 minutes in a row. Maybe 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes, whatever works for your schedule. So then fast forward a little bit, I found out I'm pregnant. Me and my husband had been trying for a year prior. And when we found out I was pregnant, like, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, I do not want to be away from my son this much. Like, if I'm working as a hygienist, the days are long. I mean, I get home from work and I'm exhausted. You don't want to do anything. So I knew in the back of my head that I had this opportunity to earn additional income that could replace my hygiene income. So I started putting in a little more work. I would, spend maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours that night. I would get hustle mode on lunch hour and just eat and work and eat and work. But I made it work with my schedule so that I was able to, after having my son, I only went back to work 2 days a week as a hygienist. So it's super cool to know that, like, I had that opportunity to work during the mom cracks of the day and still see my son as much as I wanted. So, when I was home with him on the days that I wasn't at working hygiene, I'd work during his nap time and maybe spend 30 minutes at night before or after he went to bed. I wasn't spending 6 hours a day working the business. It was an hour to 2 hours. And then I knew in the future that I really wanted to stay home full time. Like Kristen had said, being a stay-at-home mom was kind of her dream. That I never knew that was my dream, but once I had a kid, I knew I wanted to spend a lot of time with them. And when they're so little, there's so much stuff that you miss out on when you're gone all the time. So I think that that gave me a huge drive and motivation to want to work the business more. So I just recently, actually last month, stopped doing hygiene, and I'm working full-time from home. And I want to say, when I tell you guys full-time from home, I don't mean 40 hours a week. I mean 10, 20 hours max a week. I still do the same thing I did when I worked part-time. It's nap time for my son that I work, and then I put the phone away. I hang out with him. I enjoy the moments. And then at night before I go to bed a little bit. So when I say I work, what does that really mean? We have what we call the vital behaviors of the business, which are just 4 things that we kind of go by to make sure that if you're doing those things daily, you'll be successful. So it's kind of just like a benchmark for you to start with to know how to get started and how to work the business. So the first vital behavior is to be a product of the product. Easy peasy, right? You work out, you drink your shake, you have a performance line, you drink or eat the beach bars, whatever we have as products, you use them and you get results, okay? The second behavior is to share about that. So share on your social media, tell your friends and family about it, and invite those people to do it with you. So, say you posted a picture of a workout and, don't put on there like, hey, I just did Transform 20 and it was amazing. Tell about how you felt. How did that program make you feel? And that you could do it from home and share it like that. And then people are going to be curious of what you're doing. And then it's easier to invite them to do it with you. But that's to me, that is the biggest part of this business, is to share your story and invite people to join you. If you do those 2 things, you'll be successful. Third vital behavior is to get your challengers, results. So if you sign up people to do the program with you, help them get results as well. And the biggest way to do that is pop them into our challenge groups, or I like to call them boot camps. They're online accountability groups. Some of you might already be in some if you're in there with your coach, but it's a super duper great way for you to stay on track with your journey. We share our sweaty selfies. We track our food journals at night. It's just a really big supportive community that honestly turns into your online family. So that is the biggest way that your challengers will get results, is getting them plugged into one of those. And the last vital behavior is personal development. So it is just as important to work on your mind as it is your body. I can tell you when I first started, I was like, I do not need personal development. That is for people who don't know what their mind is thinking. I was wrong. I definitely needed it. And in ways that I didn't know I needed it until I started doing it. If you've never read the book Girl Wash Your Face, I absolutely recommend that. It is seriously changed my mind on how I think about myself personally and other women. You never know what anybody else's struggle is. You only know what yours is. So it just really was an eye opener. So honestly, you should start doing personal development no matter what, because it's really cool. So we recommend at least 10 minutes a day. You can easily read for 10 minutes before you go to bed at night. I used to listen to personal development on the way to work and on the way home, and my drive was 25 minutes total. So that was my personal development for the day. So it always works out good to do it like that. So those are the basic things that we do as a coach, as far as a day in the life of a coach. Like I said, it's your business, so you work it around your hours, whatever you want to do. That's the thing I love most about this, is I don't have to show up at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. If I want to show up at 6 a.m. or 10 a.m., whatever time works for my schedule is how I can do it, as long as I get the stuff done that needs to be done. Say I decided to take an impromptu date to the zoo with Carter and I couldn't do work during the day. I had to do it at night. I can do that. No one's there yelling at me, telling me I have to be at work at a certain time. So as long as you set your schedule and set your hours, it's a very easy job to have where you're flexible and can do it how you want to do it. So yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions. And Kristen's going to jump back on and introduce our next speaker.
Yeah, awesome, Deanne. One of the things you said that stands out to me is you get to decide what your day is as far as how much time you want to put in. Because I know a lot of people say, well, if I'm going to do this, I want to go all in. But all in doesn't necessarily have to look the same for you as it does as to me, as it does to Deanne and Leslie. You get to decide what all in is for you. If that's 30 minutes a day, awesome. If that's an hour, awesome. If that's 4 hours, awesome. And it really just depends on what your goals are and what you want to get out of this and how fast you want to get there. That's it. And so with that being said, there is a way to earn an income in this business, and Sherry is going to talk about that and explain more of the details. Go for it, girl.
Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Okay, so a little background about me. My name is Sherry. I've been coaching for almost 6.5 years. When I started coaching, I wanted nothing to do with this business. I didn't understand it. I wanted a discount on my shakes because those people were crazy, was what I thought. Like Deanne, I'm not reading anything. I'm not listening to anything. it became my lifeline. It saved my life. I used to smoke. I quit smoking over 3 years ago. I used to get drunk on Friday nights, sad to say, but true. And I was able to quit that habit 3 years ago. I've lost 45 pounds at a home daycare. And at one point, my coach asked me, how much do you need to make to close your daycare doors? And I said, I don't want to close my daycare doors. I loved it. My degree's in early childhood education, and that was my passion. But fast forward through being around this community and that personal development and seeing the potential, my passion changed. And I was able to close my daycare doors 2.5 years ago. And I coach full time. Again, like Dan said, my full time is 2 to 2.5 hours a day, 5 days a week. So not 40 hours a week. And it's just changed everything about my life. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about this. And you can do this no matter how busy you are. My husband and I have 7 kids together and 3 grandkids. So if you have kids, that's not an excuse, it's a reason. We're able to give our kids and grandkids so much more because of this business. So we do work, whether you work 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, 4 hours a day, if you follow us, you see we have fun, and we do. We have fun working out, and we have fun on our trips, and we have fun all the time. But don't doubt that we don't work. We do put in the hustle during the time that we plan to work. This can be super part-time, like Kristen said. It can be 30 minutes a day. You can fit it in the mom cracks here and there, the dad cracks. This can be kind of sort of part-time, where like, well, you want to work 45 minutes or so, and you maybe 2 or 3 days a week, or you can work towards full-time, which again, it can be anything. It can be 2 hours a day. It can be 5 hours a day, should you choose, because you are your own boss. But you do have to put in the work to reap the income benefits. But when you do, anything is possible. As a new coach, you're going to receive 25% commission. Now that's going to be how you get your sales at first, is through the commission. And we have so many products. I probably don't even know them all, to be honest with you. But our main products are Beach Bars, which are delicious and healthy snack bars that my 5-year-old loves. Shakeology, which is our shake. We have On Demand, which is a plethora of workouts. You can't even imagine. I don't even want to guess. There's a ton of workouts on there. We have Energize, which you might see people say Mom Crack, Unicorn Crack on social media. That's our pre-workout. It's amazing. And then we have Recovery. Those are the main ones that you drink after you had a hard workout. But we have so many items, and we will help you learn. Like Dan said, I had 300 Facebook friends. My background was, I was 242 pounds. I was not a fitness expert at all. We will teach you how to do everything we're talking about. We will teach you how to share about those products as you're doing your own journey, and help others to order and join your groups, and then you get that 25% commission. As your team grows, which I know right now you're thinking, no way, I don't want a team, I just want a coach. That's okay. We know it's scary, but we will again teach you how to do that. As your team grows, you're going to get a cycle bonus, which is more money in your pocket on top of your 25% commission. So that's really nice. And you also get free Beachbody customers. So those are like the people at 2 a.m. that call in an order, the people who they don't have a coach and they place an order and they get a product, but no one brought them to Beachbody. So Beachbody will give those to people. So you'll get those. And that's really, really nice. Then we're going to fast forward, because you're going to join and you're going to rock it, and you're going to become a star Diamond Coach. When you do that, oh my gosh, you guys, there are bonuses. And these aren't $50. These aren't ham and turkey bonuses. These are my smallest one was $850 last year. This is on top of your paycheck, on top of your Beachbody customers, the bonuses. And I get the smallest bonus. So the other ones are larger, 2,000, 5,000. I don't know the other ones yet. I'm not quite there, but they're big. Then you can get prizes. So I just earned a Beachbody duffel bag, which is really cool. I have hats, personal development books. And again, these are just shipped to you when you are really crushing your business from Beachbody, on top of everything else. And then the trips. Like Kristen said, you don't have to go on the trips, but my husband won't fly. He's almost 50. He refuses to fly. So my vacations were Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, like only where you could drive, and that is not fun. So since coaching, I've been to Mexico. I've been on a free 5-day cruise, and these are all things you earn for free. I'm going to LA in 17 days to a conference. I'm going on another cruise in March, and I just received an invite and registered for my Punta Cana trip next year. And this woman never went anywhere before, so this is really big for me. And then we have a summit every year, which you don't earn that part free, but you can do things free, like earn free workouts and stuff like that when you go to that. So what I want you to think about, I know it's a lot of income stuff thrown at you, but I want you to, like, tonight, close your eyes and think about what you want. Why are you on this call? There's a reason you're here. Maybe you want to make $50 extra a month and have a date night with your spouse where you don't have to take money away from another bill, because I've been there where if you go out to eat, you don't pay the water bill for another week. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want to cover your daycare. Daycare is expensive. I know, I was a daycare provider 11 and a half years. Maybe you want to take your family to Disney and right now you can't afford to, or maybe you want to work towards doing this full time and quitting your job, like myself and Deanne and Kristen and so many have. And your vision will change. Like Kristen said, when I started, my vision was 25% off of Shakeology. And then it grew into, well, I want some of these trips. Then it grew into, I wonder if I can have 5 daycare kids instead of 10. Then it grew into closing my daycare doors. And now I want to be able to retire my husband in 5 years and him not have to work a side job for insurance. So whatever your vision is, if you're willing to put in the work and if you're willing to follow our feet, we will teach you everything you know. You can reach any vision you want.
Awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, I am so excited to get to go hang out with you and several other of you on here on our cruise in March. We are all counting down the days, like every day. Yeah. Okay, so I am going to bring on our next speaker, Brittany St. Germain. She is awesome. She is a newer coach, and so she's going to share just her journey since she's gotten started the last few months. Go for it, girl.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to talk about being a successful new coach. Kristen had actually reached out to me a few times, and I was like, no, it's not what I want to do. Didn't really see anything coming from it. And the biggest thing too was my shakes. And so she's like, no. And so I signed up as a coach. My biggest thing is I just wanted to have my powders paid for every month because it's a big fear. And then I didn't want to have to, you know, with my husband being the only provider, being like, oh, well, we have these shakes, you know, I would like to continue them. You know, I don't ask for permission. And so my biggest goal when I signed up is I wanted a tribe of ladies, and I found them. Guys, like, it's so emotional when I think about it, because I'm like, I started 7 months ago, and I could never picture my life without these other coaches. Like, it's just, when I'm having a bad day, I'll just, you know, message them, just, oh gosh, it's amazing. And so my biggest thing and my success story is I have not paid for my powders since I signed up to be a coach, except for when I initially signed up for my challenge pack. I have earned those covered by commission. And on top of that, I've earned the things like, oh gosh, shirts, hats, the Beachbody duffel bag. I got an award for going Emerald. I actually just paid for my first Super Saturday in Salt Lake, and my commission covered that. And then I went and got a free ticket to go to Summit, which is the biggest event, you know, coaching event of the year. I got that from hitting Success Club the first 3 months. I've hit Success Club every single month since signing up. I'm now in my 7th month, and I'm about to hit Success Club 20. And that's so surreal coming out of my mouth. It makes me emotional, like even just thinking about it. But so all my powders were covered for. Extra finances, we go snowboarding. We take the kids snowboarding. That's covered. I have my tribe of ladies for accountability. What else? Gosh, guys, there's so much. And then my biggest thing, when I signed up to be a coach, like I said, it was for the ladies. But my biggest thing was accountability too, because when I signed up, I was kind of doing my own thing, and I wasn't exactly getting the results that I wanted. And I was kind of like a yo-yo exerciser, dieter thing. And so I figured with this, I could, you know, try to program, maybe earn extra income, maybe make some new friends, as corny as that sounds. And so, but I gained so much more. You know, like I said, the trips to Salt Lake, the powder's constantly covered. I feel like I'm leaving something out. The gifts, everything. But I want you guys to keep in mind that it, like the other ladies have already said, it's work. It's, you know, but it's not a 9-to-5 job. I work an hour a day. That's it. And I'm at Success Club 20. And so it's just, I feel like if you're kind of intimidated by coaching, because when I signed up, I was definitely intimidated. I was like, this is a lot of information. Like, I can't coach people. I don't know how to coach. I don't know if I'm going to make extra income. Like, they just make a wrong decision. And so I just took the plunge. I'm like, well, I mean, if anything, I'll just earn some muscle or something. And I did. And so it's so great. And honestly, I think if you guys are nervous about, you know, being a new coach and not wanting to seem like a pushy salesperson, because that's not what you are. You're not a salesperson. You're a coach, and you're helping people have a new lifestyle. You know, like we talked about the personal development, which I also thought was for losers. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm like, I don't need personal development. But now I will not miss like any day. I do it 30 minutes a day, whether it's like an audiobook or a podcast or something. And my husband, who was very like anti any type of personal development, actually had talked to me the other day, and he was like, I actually just listened to a podcast the other day. And I was like, okay, maybe we're seeing podcasts as different things. Like, I don't know. And he was like, no, the Diesel brothers, like, they have a podcast. And so, like, that's huge. So I've been doing this, you know, for 7 months, and, you know, going higher and setting higher expectations for myself. And it's like rubbing off on the people around me, you know? And so, like, now my husband's doing these things, and my kids are exercising with me, and I'm making an income off of it and earning a free ticket to Summit, and, you know, covering my expenses to go to Salt Lake, and tickets for that and gas and all that kind of stuff, and my powders. Like, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life 7 months ago. And so that's my story. I got my tribe. I got my powders covered. I have extra money in my pocket. I work 1 hour, maybe two a day. And I just kind of fit it in. You know, I'll just go and set a timer and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you know, and the vital behaviors that were talked about. And then it's like, okay, my hour's up, and I go on with the rest of my day. I'm still a very busy mom. I'm a very busy wife. You know, and I man the house. And so there's a lot that I do, but I'm still successful. So if you're scared, you know, risk, you know, you don't know what to do, honestly, like, these ladies have rocked it, and they have held my hand. If I'm like, well, I don't know what to do, or, you know, like, I'm having a stressful day. And like Deanne had talked about there, or maybe it was Kristen, just talking, you know, looking on your news feed and being like, well, she did her workout today. Like, why am I still sitting here? Like, get up and go do your workout. And so it's just like the accountability is huge, and it's awesome. But that's my story.
Good stuff. Yeah, totally. There's so many days where I'm like, maybe I'll skip my workout. And then I get on my phone and I'm like, Leslie worked out. Brittany worked out. Okay, I'll go work out.
Gotta get up. So.
Yes, so good. Thank you. All right, so we're going to pass it on to Ashley, and she's going to talk about some of the misconceptions, because I know there's a lot of thoughts out there, like, about, you know, being nervous about sales, being nervous about, do you have to be fit, all of that. So Ashley, I'm going to hand it over to you, girl.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. So if you don't know me, my name is Ashley Williams. I have been a coach now, 1.5 years? August 2017 is when I signed up. And similar to Deanne, I started when Kristen invited me to a clean eating group. And at the time, I was working out at a Circuit Fitness gym, had been for about 4 or 5 months, I guess, and was not seeing the progress that I wanted. And it was a huge struggle for me to get there. And I'll go into why in a minute, because that's one of the myths. And fast food junkie, I had already cut out soft drinks. So that was huge for me, because I used to be like, Dr. Pepper was the only liquid going in my body. But like I said, not seeing any change. So I was like, okay, I'll take you up on this clean eating thing, and drinking Shakeology. And it was almost instant that I saw results. And I was like, who knew nutrition really played that big of a part of getting healthy? I thought I could just go run on a treadmill for 30 minutes and I'd be good. So that group then led into a program that was getting released, and she invited me to try that out, which was Shift Shop. If any of you have heard of that. And so I said, well, I have this membership over here. I don't know the cost. And so she's like, I know this will be great for you. I know it will be better because of your schedule, and you can just do it from your house whenever you can. And so I trusted her, and I said yes. I don't remember how far into the program I was, and I was calling Kristen. I was like, okay, how do I become a coach? Usually it's the other way around. Usually we're the ones asking people, but something just clicked in me that was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So now I'm going to get emotional. So going into the myths, why she thought that this would be a good fit for me, and it is time. So one of the biggest objections I think that we get, time and cost are probably the two biggest ones. But I work full time. I'm a private event director at a country club. So I handle weddings, proms, anniversary parties, golf tournaments, any type of event you can imagine where someone needs event space. And I'm the only person in my department. I also have 2 kids. They're involved with competitive sports. My daughter does gymnastics, and she practices 12 hours a week. Meets are pretty much every weekend during meet season. Some of them we have to travel for. My son does baseball, and my husband, he does work he has a home office, but that's only when he's home. He's a area manager, so he travels a lot for work. So it's crazy schedule. Every day is different. I do not have a set schedule. So finding time to get to a gym was very difficult, especially when you have to schedule class times. So the at-home thing just fit for me. So when you think I just don't have time to coach or to do workouts, just think about, do you not have the time, or do you not make the time? Because, you have to start thinking about your priorities and what you want for your life, and how we've talked about how setting an example for your family and that legacy. And it just, like I said, something just clicked for me. And at that time I wasn't doing personal development, not because I didn't believe in it, just because I guess it was never really introduced to me. But now that I do, I probably do an hour a day because I drive. And so I listen to it while I'm getting dressed. I listen to it to and from work. Sometimes at night when I'm getting ready for bed. It's almost like an addiction, but it's a good addiction, I guess. So podcasts and books, and yes, Rachel Hollis, Girl Wash Your Face, she's the best. We should all get royalties or something from her. So time is the first myth. The other one I think Sherry touched on was you don't have to be fit. A lot of people, when so if we reached out to you and you may not be in the best shape, or how you feel like you're not in the best shape, and you're like, how am I going to coach someone if I'm not in shape? It's not more for your journey, but it will help your journey more if you are a coach, because of the accountability. You are not going to want to give up on yourself when you're having to be there for your challengers. Like it just is another push for you to keep going and for you to reach your goals and even exceed them. Like I have lost I'm like down to my goal weight, and now I'm like, how much faster can I get? How much stronger can I get? Those were things that weren't even in my mind. I just wanted to lose 10 pounds, but then you get into this and your vision grows and changes, and that's really cool. So that's something, major accountability as a coach. So you do not have to be where you think you need to be. You don't have to be a personal trainer. There are personal trainers on our team, some gym owners on our team, but we also have nurses, we have therapists, we have teachers, we have, it's a huge spectrum of the occupations on our team, or prior occupations, because now they coach full time. So you don't have to have a background in fitness or in social media marketing. So people, like I think Sherry said, she only had 300 followers, I think, on Facebook. I don't even know how many I had, but it wasn't a lot. It's just my immediate family and friends. I hardly had anyone on Instagram. So you don't have to worry about, well, I don't have a huge following. Who am I going to be? I'm going to be posting to my mom and my grandma. Like, you don't have to worry about that. It all comes with it. We have trainings for everything. We are at a click of a button. All you have to do is message your coach, message someone on the team, and we will be there to help you with whatever it is. We will have the answer, and if we don't, we'll find it for you. There's in our team page, we have, and it's really easy to find now because Kristen's awesome, and she made these units. So you can go in there and it's laid out for you very clearly on different trainings, and there's YouTube videos and webinars for anything imaginable. So yes, in the beginning it can be a little overwhelming, but again, it is your business and you can run it as fast or as slow as you want to run it. It just depends on where you want to go with it. So don't let it overwhelm you. You take it at your own speed. Let me look at my notes, make sure I'm covering everything. Not about sales. So again, I think we're all kind of sprinkling in some of the same information because we all are so passionate about this and how we feel about this business and how it has changed our lives and how we're impacting others. So we don't just, like someone said, we don't just post, oh, I did my Transform 20, or here's my Shakeology. We don't do that because we don't want to seem salesy. We don't want to put people off. I'm sure you all have your phones scrolling and you see people posting about their whatever product, their protein shake, their oils, their makeup, whatever it is, and you scroll right past because you just think they're trying to sell you something. Well, that's not what we want to do. We want to sell ourselves. We want to show, like Deanne said, we're the product of the product. We are why we're doing it, how it makes us feel when we drink our superfood shake, when we get to press play, not when we have to press play for at least 30 minutes a day, or, whatever it is. We talk about those things, and then it makes people curious and they start asking questions. So definitely not about selling a product. It's about selling you. So that's something I think is a really huge myth. We don't want to come across being salesy. And I know Kristen, I think, touched about our mission. So Beachbody's mission is to help people live their healthiest and most fulfilling lives. And that's part of the new Dream Big mission as well, just extended. So it's all about a lifestyle, being part of something bigger. I'm probably going to start crying again when I talk about this, but same thing with Brittany. Like, this is my family now. These people are here to pray for you. They're here for a shoulder to cry on. They are here. And even if they're not a neighbor, like Kristen, they're all with us nonstop. We have message threads, we have groups, we are in communication with each other nonstop, and it is the best support system for anything, to cheer you on, to cheer you up, to give you fashion advice, to how to help a challenger that they have a question and you're not sure about. So it's just been amazing, and I can't wait to see where this is going to take me and each of you when you decide to sign up as a coach with us. So I'm going to pass it back.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do without you ladies in my life every day. They make me laugh all day. They help encourage me. They're there to listen to me when I'm having a rough day. and yes, even the fashion advice. So the community alone, like, is just, it's incredible. And it's probably, maybe on the outside, you're like, I don't really know, like, really? But once you're in it, you get it. It's just from the outside looking in, I think sometimes it's hard to understand it. All right, so I am going to pass it on to Leslie now, who's going to close us up and tell you her story and how do you even get started as a coach.
Okay, can you guys hear me? You can hear me? Awesome. Hey, I'm so excited to talk to you guys and just kind of wrap this up for you. I know that we've gone, you know, golly, it's almost bedtime, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. But we do need to tell you, you know, what kind of coaches we have on our team and what is available to you. And we also want to tell you how to sign up, because you're all going to do that, right? Before I do that, I want to introduce myself to you. I'm Leslie Fiscus. I am 44 years old. I keep thinking I'm 43, but my husband keeps saying, no, you're 44. And I'm like, what? No! Somebody told me, I reminded them of their grandmother the other day, and I about died. But anyway, so I'm 44. I've got 2 amazing kids, and my husband is super supportive in everything that I do, and I'm just so blessed to have that. I do want to let you know that all of us, whether you believe it or not, we have it all together. I just want y'all to know. Because half the time I look really put together at top, and the other half the time we're in PJs, right? Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so that's one of the reasons why I love this coaching gig too, because oh my gosh, we get to just be us however we are, right? Well, I met Kristen about 6 years ago, and we met through a mommy group on Facebook. We were both participants in this mommy group on Facebook, and one day Kristen messaged me and she was like, hey, I see you're into fitness. What is it that you do in fitness? And I was like, you know, yeah, I'm into fitness. I was like on my fad of the, you know, fad of the year. And so, I don't know, I was doing something, but she was like, hey, I'm doing this challenge group. You want, you know, you look like you know, be good at it. I don't even know what she said, but I told her, no, like I do my own thing. I mean, I just told you I was doing this, you know, fad. And so, so I said no. And, you know, because she friended me on Facebook, she kept showing up in my news feed, like every day Kristen was working out in my news feed. And so, you know, I'd feel guilty about myself when I'd watch her, and because I eventually fell off, right? So I fell off my fad. And so, you know, 3 years went by and I was still watching Kristen in my news feed, and she had invited me several times to do this thing, and I don't know why I turned her down every time, because I thought that, you know, I could just do it myself. Anyway, so 3 years go by and I had it, because we all know that fad diets do not work, right? And so, of course, they would work for me for, you know, a month, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'd fall off and gain weight back and then feel all depressed and whatever. So I was at the lowest of my low, you know, depressed, crying in my closet. I was a grouch. I was mean to my kids, mean to my husband, you know, all those things. Putting on a fake smile in public when in reality I was really dying on the inside. And so one day I was talking to my husband and I said, you know, I have got to do something. I have to do something. And I've got to figure out something that works for me. And this girl keeps showing up in my news feed, and I don't know, I mean, she's done it forever, so obviously it works. And so Brian was like, just reach out to her. And so I did. And I messaged Kristen and I asked her about her free groups that she did because I didn't want to pay for anything. And so she started telling me about her free group. And then I said, well, tell me a little bit about your 30-day group. And she did. And so I decided to do a 30-day group. And I asked her, I said, is this like one of those, I signed up for Rodan and Fields to get a discount. Like, can I do that with this too? And she was like, well, as a matter of fact, yes. And so I signed up immediately as a coach to get a discount on the products, and got my product, started my program, and in 3 weeks I had amazing results. I started with the 21-day fix. I added Shakeology into my diet, and I was following the 21-day fix plan. I had incredible results, and I knew that I needed to maintain that because it was the healthy way to do it. And I got so much out of our accountability group. And I knew that I had so many friends that could use this and could do it. And so I messaged Kristen and I was like, girl, can you tell me how much you make? Because I saw that post and like, do you really make that much money? And she was like, well, yeah. I'm like, sign me up. I am going to run my own group next month. Like, I have so many friends that could do this. And so I just, from that point forward, I was all in, and I have run my own challenge group every single month since then, and that was 3 years ago. So I've been a coach for 3 years. I just like everyone says, what you put into this business is what you will get out of it. And certainly that's been the case for me. I was a former swim instructor. I taught baby survival swim. And, although I love that profession, it is wonderful and so rewarding. It requires a lot of my time in the summer. Because everybody wants to do swim lessons in the summer. Well, I have young children, and I really, really desired to be able to travel with my kids and spend time with my kids. And this business has worked out so great for me that I have been able to quit that job and do it as a hobby just in the springtime to keep up with my skill. But I've been able to replace that income with my coaching income. And so I'm able to spend time at home, spend time on the things that I love with my kids and travel. And it's just given us so much freedom to be able to have the money to do things extra. And so enough about me. I will... I'm going to go right in to tell you about the 3 different ways to coach. And I've made notes because I can tend to go off on these rabbit trails. So I'm going to try my hardest to stick to these notes. And I'm going to try to work through them pretty fast for you. The 3 different ways to coach, number 1 would be a discount coach. If you are a discount coach, you love the products and you love our groups. And so if you're loving that anyway, and you're going to be ordering every month, why not just get the discount, right? You'll be a VIP member. You'll be allowed to join test groups with actual trainers. You'll be the first to know about product launches and deals. You'll always have so even if you're a discount coach, let's say, you have like these amazing results, which I know you all do, and you've got a friend that's like, wow, what are you doing? And they're like, sign me up. I want to do what you're doing. Well, you don't have to refer them to us. You're a discount coach. You can sign them up through your account, right? And you'll get the commission and we'll take care of them, right? That is the first type of coach. The second type of coach is a hobby coach, okay? A hobby coach is a coach, you enjoy the products and you love the groups and you wouldn't mind making a little bit of side cash, like buying, a shirt from Target, or, being able to have some cash where you can go out to eat with the girlfriends and not tell your husband, and, you just have your own cash. just a little bit on the side there. You are getting great results and you don't mind helping people. You don't mind participating a ton in the challenge groups. And it's something that you plan on doing a little bit, but you don't want to actively, pursue going like all the way in for now. And so that would be a hobby coach. The third type of coach that we have is called a business builder, and that's what I do. You are looking to make at least $500 a month. You want to be a part of all of the trainings that we offer, and you just want to learn more and dig into the business. You're ready to just jump in. That would be a business builder. Maybe you're wanting to make $500 a month. Maybe you're wanting to replace your income, and maybe you even want to replace your husband's income, right? So that he can, quit his job and come alongside you and, just kind of help you out. Whatever it is for you, there are 3 different ways to become a coach, and we want to help you get started on the best way. Talk to the person that invited you to this group so that you can get started on that. But whatever it is that you choose to do tonight, just know that when you sign on, if you sign on as a discount coach and later on you're like, you know what, I think I'd really like to make a business out of this, you can do that, okay? And you don't have to do anything extra to do that. Once you're on as a coach, you're on as a coach, and we're here to wrap our arms around you and take you as far as you want to go. I know plenty of people who signed on as discounts and are now just rocking this business. Okay, so with that said, let's talk about how you want to sign up. No matter what path you choose, discount, hobby, business builder, you're going to sign up as a coach the same way. And what I love about this business is there is not a big startup cost. It is an investment that you can easily earn back in your first month, right? So the best way to sign up as a coach would be to order what we call a challenge pack. This is going to save you money when you sign up while also giving you all the products that you need to be successful with yourself. One of the best parts about this business is that you focus on you. We want you to be the best version of you physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like the saying goes, you cannot pour out of an empty cup, right? And we want to make sure that you're filling your cup every day. So ordering a challenge pack, getting the tools to work on yourself will be the best way to sign up as a coach. Number one, there are a few different options of challenge packs, and I'm just going to talk about 3 of them tonight super quickly. Number one is our most popular challenge pack. It gives you a year access to the Beachbody On Demand, and if you don't have that, you need it. It is like Netflix, but instead of movies, it's workout programs. And it's super easy to use, and it literally has hundreds of programs, and new workouts get added all the time. That's also going to come with 30 days worth of Shakeology, whatever flavor you'd like, or our performance line. And our performance line is just a pre and post-op drink. If you've not tried our pre-workout drink, Energize, it's something that you probably need to go ahead and order. Like it's my favorite thing that we have besides Shakeology. Well, I love it all. But anyway, you're also going to get a set of portion and those little color-coded portion containers, and you get a shaker cup for your Shakeology. You get all of that for $160 to sign up as a coach. And what's awesome about doing it this way is that the normal coach fee is waived. And so usually if you were to sign up and you did not order a challenge pack, it would be $40 to sign up as a coach. But when you order that challenge pack, your sign up fee is $0. Okay, so the next challenge pack that I want to mention, because it's on sale and it's our newest program, which everyone is absolutely loving. With this pack, you get a year access to Beachbody On Demand, 30 days worth of Shakeology or the performance line, and our newest program, Transform at 20, which is seriously amazing. It's a 20-minute step workout, and it's so much fun. You guys, that's only $160 too. So seriously, a great, amazing deal. And the last way that you can get signed up with a challenge pack is with our brand new nutrition program course. If you've not done the 2B Mindset yet, I strongly encourage you to consider it. It truly is amazing. and it's going to help so many people with one of the most difficult aspects of health, which is food, right? The challenge pack is going to include that full nutrition program, and when you get that, you get it for life. It has a 90-day tracker, a water bottle, 30 days of Shakeology, and a year access. Yes! And a year access to Beachbody On Demand as well. And all of that is on sale this month for $190, normally $200. And so you get that. I mean, that is a steal, you guys, a steal. Okay, so remember, there are so many different options. So if you're not hearing one that you really like, just talk to the coach that added you to this group, and they can get you hooked up with whatever package suits your needs. Another thing I want to mention is that if you've ordered a challenge pack already, let's say you're already a customer and you have ordered a challenge pack in the past, you will get the coaching fee waived. Okay, so meaning you already have Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology. We can sign you up with a $40 fee and you'll be reimbursed that fee. All right. Also, just so you guys know, as a coach, there is a $16 monthly fee for coaching, but you guys, it covers so much. And what I love about our business is that I am not holding a bunch of products in my house. I do not have a garage full of Shakeology. I don't have any of that. I don't have to deliver anything to anybody. I don't have to do refunds. Like, I don't have to do any of that stuff. So the fee really goes towards all those things that you would have to do if you were a small business owner. Beachbody, they send out all your products. We have a customer service center that takes care of all of your returns. They'll send out emails to your customers regarding new products, and they also give you a website that your people can order through, okay? So the fee goes towards really, really good things. And if you are signing up for a discount, don't let that $16 a month fee sway you away from signing up to be a coach, because even with that $16 a month fee, you're still going to be saving money monthly. So even if it's, $5, that's $5 over a year. That's a lot of money, okay, for some people. So you still will be getting a savings. It's totally worth it. Because of all the extra community you get as well. Also with signing up to be a coach, there is no contract. You have zero pressure to sell. You don't have to do anything in order to keep your coaching status and receive the discounts, except for pay that coach monthly fee. But I just want to let you know that if you are on the fence, just go ahead and do it. You guys, I look back at myself and I say, okay, well, I've been doing this for 3 years. Had I started 6 years ago when I started following Kristen and really watching her, and had I not let my fears and my own self get in the way of that, I was sitting there for 3 years while Kristen was building a 6-figure business. And I have no doubt, because I love this so much, and I know that so many people need this opportunity, I have no doubt that I would probably be a 6-figure earner today. I do well, but I probably would be a 6-figure earner had I said yes right away. So guys, I'm telling you, if you are here, it's for a reason. If you have lasted through this and you have stuck it out, you have done it for a reason. Take everything. If you've got to go back and watch these videos just to really dig deep in it, do it. And then reach out to the coach that invited you here and tell them, I am ready, and we are ready to wrap our arms around you and take you as far as you want to go. Thank you so much for being on and listening to us.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're on your way there, girl. You're going to get to 6 figures. I know it. Yeah, and one more thing too, if you're military listening to this, active duty military, you don't pay the coaching fee. That gets waived. Military spouses, that gets waived, and veterans, the fee gets waived. So that's pretty cool too. So you guys, just like Leslie said, be bold, take that leap of faith, take action. it's that quote that always stands out to me. If you want something different for your life, you have to do something different. And what is the worst that can happen, right? You get an awesome community, you get more fit, and that's not a bad thing. So we are so excited that you listened to us tonight, and I hope you got a lot out of that and that you could see yourself in our stories and that we made you laugh a little bit too. And we can't wait to see you on our team page and hopefully hanging out on some of these trips too. All right, guys, good night. See you around. Bye.